Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Coffee Corner. Today with you, episode 9. With you, as always, me, Tim, and we also have our co-host back. Daniel, say hi.
Hi.
And we also have our a good friend, Paige. Paige, say hi.
Hi.
And Zach, say hi.
Hello.
So, the reason why I have all these people is because I love some good old input. Yeah, I promised myself I wouldn't talk about this, but I wouldn't stoop this low, but here I am. So today we're going to be talking about the coronavirus. More or less lockdown, but we currently are not under lockdown, but there has been some talks about it recently, so that's kind of scary.
Well, most businesses in our area have
Right,
shut
yeah,
down.
they've shut down, and we can't really do much.
They're also taking people out of work.
Yeah, no, that's scary. Yeah.
I mean, I'm technically not fired or laid off, but
you just aren't working.
I don't have
yeah.
any chance of working.
I mean, I'm sure after this whole thing, hopefully, is done, or if it kills off everyone, then you'll get your job back. But we'll see.
Oh yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about, a couple different things. But right now, globally, it is all over. It's a global thing, of course, and it started in China. From what I know, in Wu-Tang, I don't know, something China. Don't quote me on that. And it's it started there, and it worked its way to Italy and in the U.S. and some different places. I think it's the worst in Italy right now, right, guys? You guys know? I don't know. But in the U.S., about 26,747 people have it currently. So that is a very scary thought. How many people have recovered? I'm not sure. I didn't check that. No. And
98,000.
since how many people that have been infected where?
Just total worldwide, 98,000 people have been cured.
Okay, 98,000 people have been cured. So that's a good sign. Worldwide, so it's worldwide. Okay. And honestly, that is some good news. But honestly, every day I think there's at least one case or so. More than that. Wow.
Every day. Well, what was the Zach? What was the skip from yesterday to today? We had like 200 something.
Since yesterday, we've gotten an extra 40,000 roughly.
So it just keeps adding up.
40,000.
Yep. And mind you, every bit like that number, like that spread is only going to increase until
It's in every state now too, isn't it?
I think so.
I
Yeah.
think because we have one case here. Well, probably more.
We
now.
have more, yeah.
Yeah, in Erie, and then
There was one.
Pennsylvania. I can't remember. New York City alone has over 2,000. So yeah.
Yeah, these are some big, bad, scary numbers. But honestly, it's something that people have been getting worried about, rightfully so too, because it doesn't. I've heard it doesn't affect as bad the youth, but rather infants and older people, right?
The elders and the ill.
Yeah, the elders and the ill, and yeah. And that's just a scary thought, especially whenever you have some older relatives, and you don't wanna see that happen.
And when you have older idols, from
Right.
TV and stuff.
And in the way that we're reacting, I don't want to say it's overkill, but it kind of is. We have some. People are just getting worried. Should we be worried? Kind of. Maybe, but I don't think we should be making this big of a deal out of it, because if we worry, other people around us are going to start to worry.
We should definitely be worried. As if anything, it has been downplayed by the media.
Really?
If you look at people from Italy who have been on social media showing us what they see personally, there are military trucks and convoys carrying bodies out of some of the more populated cities, as they're unable to safely bury them.
So would you say that Italy has been keeping some stuff for us, do you think?
No, they're just not handling it as well as they could have.
I think that they're handling it the best they can to prevent it from coming to us. Because we have different precautions.
We've closed down our airports, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Nobody can fly out of the country.
You need special, you need high
Yeah.
access to fly anywhere now.
But yeah, no, it's honestly a scary thing. In Italy, it's the worst right now. I think, as I said, and I thought that it honestly was pretty overreacted by the media, actually, but because they benefit whenever they scare people, they benefit from that because they keep on getting more and more stories that they can go on.
I think people have failed to check history books. Because if you just open up a history book, you'll see what a pandemic is. It's not this. Yes, it's scary, but people are overreacting because they don't know.
They're scared because they're confused.
They don't know what to fear.
Yeah, and it's because for the people, if you don't have something and you're seeing this many people get affected and it's a virus, especially what's happened in our history before with viruses, this big, especially, people know that this is something that could affect them very, very hard. So yeah.
Well, I think it should be we need to be less panicked and less afraid and more I guess it's very, very much appropriate that we should be concerned about the current situation, especially how far it's spread, but
And
how quickly. But I don't think we should be panicked, because that's only resulted in chaos and people getting really nervous and having that sort of attitude around especially concentrated areas can result in a lot of violence, and we turn to lesser instincts.
Right. And it's because of what's happened in our history that people are seeing this, and not just even our history though. That's the thing. It's just overall, it's a virus, and whenever that big bad word is used, people start to get a little.
They lose their common sense.
Yeah. And honestly, we've seen a little bit of that where we live. Yeah, and this is a worldwide thing where people are just rushing to get toilet paper, and they're rushing to get these different supplies because.
Why toilet paper?
Yeah, I don't understand.
I
that.
never.
I've heard it's because toilet paper is generally hard to make, and
Okay, but how much are you going to the bathroom? You need,
Right,
20
exactly.
Packs of toilet paper.
The reason behind the reason that people are buying so much toilet paper is not for any actual reason. It's more so panic buying. They don't know why they're doing it in most cases. It's just they see other people doing it, therefore they have chosen to.
right.
It's not that it's hard to make or anything necessarily. They just see other people doing it and they figure they should do it to keep themselves safe.
Yeah, and people are just, and I think that the toilet paper thing has just become a meme. I mean, because that's just how we I think generally everybody deals with things is they try, especially modern day culture, we try and implement it as a joke, and we try to, I guess, make it a little bit less of a problem.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think the reason why half of everybody makes memes and jokes about it is because they're trying to make themselves less scared.
Right. It kind of calms them down too. It's like whenever everybody's joking about it, then people are like, hey, yeah, it isn't that bad.
It gives them something else.
Yeah, to think about. Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
next month is 420.
But our grocery stores, especially around us, have been some have closed down, some have just been completely out of stock. And my brother, who works at a grocery store, he has said that they normally sell about $10,000 worth of stock every day, but now over this whole thing, they have sold $30,000 a day worth of groceries and other goods, and that's just insane to me. Because that, and he said that they basically get shipments depending on their sales. So if their sales are going quick, then that means they're getting a lot of shipments here and there, and that's a good system until people are constantly grabbing as soon as you get the groceries and everything out of the truck.
I think that's where they start to limit the amount of people that can come into the store.
Yeah, no. Have you seen Walmart? Walmart, what they do is they get a pallet of toilet paper or something like that, and they close down the aisles, and they bring it in, and one person stands by one gate, and this is from a video I just saw, and they pull back the gate, they won't let one person in, they let them grab like 1 or 2 packs, and then they can go.
Which that must require a lot. I mean, I guess it's, I was about to say, that must require a lot of hands on, especially with how many aisles are being taken up. But with all the jobs being lost right now, it definitely could be used.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been any murders over anything like that. I really hope
There
not.
has definitely been.
That would just be something ridiculous, but and that leads to, are we overreacting? And I think yes. Should we be worried? Yes. Should we be scared? Maybe. Yes. We should be taking the necessary precautions to stay safe, and at least I can understand if you're trying to stock up on some food and everything, just because your grocery stores are closing down this quick because people are going ballistic and buying out everything, and you may not have any food for you and your family. But yes, I think it's good, but just try not to overthink about it, because overthinking
We should be
will.
concerned, not panicked.
Yeah. Panic will just absolutely destroy everything. And that leads me to my next point. How to stay safe. I know I've seen a lot of on Amazon, the hand sanitizer bottles are going to like $20, and it's insane. And these companies are getting so much money, especially like Clorox wipes and everything, because of how many people are trying to sanitize everything. And is it ridiculous? Maybe, because there was a store, Dollar General, was completely sold out of hand sanitizer, and we went in it, and apparently there was this like one lady that was trying to find some hand sanitizer. They're like, is there any left? And the cashier pulled out like a box with like those keychain hand sanitizers. 3 bottles, well, $3 per bottle, for about a tablespoon of hand sanitizer. And you're just thinking, that's a little bit much. And even convenience stores that overprice everything are completely sold out. We had this one corner store that was sold out of stuff too.
Yeah, it's kind of sad because the things that people are actually trying to get and need, they're making it very expensive.
Right. And that's okay to. Well, that's just what we should expect from companies, because they see these sales coming in and they're like, hey, these people are crazy and they want more of what we're giving, so how about we just up the price a little bit more? It's just what they do. What? Greedy, yeah, it's greedy.
Smart.
They're greedy, yeah. But yeah. So how to stay safe? I would say if you have an office job or something that requires you to sit down at a desk and type on a computer, practice computer hygiene. It wouldn't hurt to wipe down your handles of your doors and gas pumps. Somebody got corona from a gas pump because those things get many people touching them per day. So just make sure that you have at least some hand sanitizer on you. Don't go ridiculous. Don't go buying like 20. Yeah.
And one of the main tips that they put out there is avoid group gatherings, which is
Right.
ironic considering
We're
this
all
is
stuffed in. Well, they said.
I think it's ironic in our current situation.
Right. Yeah.
With having the most amount of.
They said that
guests
10
we've
per
had.
person, like 10 per, like if there's more than 10 people, you're exceeding it. That's why. Yeah. We got just 4. So.
I know, but this is the largest amount of guests that we've ever had on this show.
Right. No, that's insane. Yeah. We've had Jubal over the
was over
over
call.
Discord. Yeah. It was just over on a call, but we're just all stuff together. It's nice. But yeah. So just practice hygiene. Don't be disgusting pigs. You should be washing your hands anyway. I think now we should talk about a little bit about the flights. Because I know we talked a little bit about that, but yeah. Basically, what you should know is we're not flying. Like, if we are flying, they have to be very certified to fly out of the country, and there are very minimal flights now. Their use, on average, Google says that there's about 8,000 to 20,000 flights in the sky per day, and that has dropped. I'm assuming because no one wants to get this. Flight tickets are cheap and they're affordable.
I feel like the only reason flights are still go on is because people are getting home.
Right, they're trying to get home.
Well,
yeah, I know a lot of people who have been quarantined in London, and like London finally.
Tom Hanks is quarantined in Australia.
Yeah.
Him and his wife have coronavirus, but I get that they won't let them go home, but it would suck to be sick and not be able to go home and care of your family.
Also, I think that I'm not sure because I've heard that like there's still a ton of flights going around, but I think like Zach was mentioning a few days ago, it might be quite a bit of like ghost flights, which like have like usually like one or two people actually flying on them, and I'm guessing now this is not I'm not I can't really back this up, but I think it should really just because the airports and airlines need to meet a quota for how much they're spending on flights and fuel.
Yeah, and because if you guys know what a quota is, a quota is like they generally need to meet a specific amount of money. Otherwise, people like their company or whatever they're getting whatever from will start being like, hey, you don't need this much. So, but anyway, so globally there are 306,000 306,000 cases right now. It's probably growing and growing, but that's just what I have found. And there are more than 13,000 deaths according to John Hopkins dashboard, and that's just wow.
I wonder how many cases are being like found per minute, or how many people are dying.
Well, that's going to be almost impossible to track. Well, because
Like in small, like if you take it by
this
town.
is globally we're talking.
I know, but if you're talking about if you start off from a smaller range like towns and cities, how many cases? Because we easily found out that there was only one person. Like whenever there was one person infected in our area,
They were quarantined.
Huh?
They were quarantined. Yeah.
Yeah, they got quarantined.
And the way that it works too is you there's time before you actually might even know. Yeah, show the symptom. So you might have the coronavirus and you might not. Like you might just be perfectly healthy on the outside, looking great, feeling great, and you could also just be a passenger too. So like if you're going to something like that, like going to greet somebody, then you could pass it along. So it's kind of dangerous in that fact. It's like a deadly killer, silent, deadly.
I think we should tell them what to look out for with the symptoms.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
so
it's a lot like the flu. Like,
yeah,
that's all we really know.
yeah. The symptoms are a lot like the flu. One person who had a corona said it was not like it felt maybe as bad as a strep throat.
I feel like it would be like pneumonia.
It's it says that it's more you get coughing. It's just basically the symptoms of the flu. A little bit of hallucinations. Was it? I'm not sure. Tiredness. Yeah, you get drowsiness. You get all these different things. So if you are sick, I wouldn't wait. Maybe give yourself like a week, and then be like, hey, if this isn't getting better, if nothing is working, then maybe I should reach out to anybody.
What's interesting actually is that 80% of people either get minor cases of coronavirus, or the symptoms aren't even noticeable, while only 20%, which tend to be older, get the severe symptoms. And even the people, the 80% that don't show many symptoms, if any at all, are still infectious for about 2 weeks before they would ever find out or show any symptoms. And if they never show symptoms, no one will know that they ever had it, and that makes it a lot harder to contain or get help to the people who might have been exposed.
And that's where people start to get worried, because it's the unknown. And again, if you don't overthink it, if you're sick and you might be showing some of the symptoms, because your brain is automatically going to assume the worst. So yeah, that's just a little bit of our opinions. We would love to hear yours in the comments down below, so go ahead and just say a little bit more. We are this is probably going to be more of an extended episode than what we normally have, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Everybody, go ahead and say goodbye.
Yeah, anyone from the future after this, I guess I envy you.
Hopefully we're still live by then. Okay.
Yep.
All right, goodbye everybody.